So today I'm going to build a basic surf rack, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do it with really basic materials and basic tools. But first of all, make sure you've got the appropriate safety wear. So I have my safety boots, my helmet, my high vis, and my eye protection. Let's go. And so essentially we're going to measure everything out, cut it to size. I will put a list of the sizes there for you so you can do it yourselves. And yeah, let's get started. First off, we're going to cut 4 pieces at 900 mil in length. All right, and these are going to be our uprights, essentially. The reason that I've chosen 900 is because that's actually the height of your average kitchen bench, at least here in Australia it is. 900 mil or 90 centimeters off the floor. And so as such, you would assume that that's a pretty comfortable working height for somebody standing on their feet. So that's the simple reason why I chose 900 as the height for these ones. So now, if you don't have a drop saw at home, you could cut it with your hands, you know, not with your actual hand, but with a hand saw. But because I have a drop saw, I'm going to use a drop saw. So the base is going to be made up of 4 pieces. Essentially, you can make them whatever size you want. I've guessed at an appropriate size. And what have we got left over here? So we've got 600, so they're going to be about 300 long. There are a few other bits and pieces that we'll need. They're all much, much shorter though, but we are going to need 8 pieces at 300. Right. Now we will need a couple of other pieces as we go, shorter pieces, but let's get the bulk of these cut for now. These bases, essentially we're just going to cut this in half. So that's 600, so 300. Then we want another 4 pieces at approximately 100 mil. So out of our 3 sticks of timber that we cut at, that we bought at 2.4 meters each, this is all we have left over. So this is a total of 440 mil, which means in theory we could have made these 1,000 tall to make the overall height of it 1 meter tall. And so if that's what you want to do, that'll work too. Okay, so let's start putting it together. If you're like me and you've played Lego with your kids on the floor before, you learn really quickly whether you have an old man back or not. I have an old man back, therefore I'm going to sit on a step stool. Otherwise I'm going to be bloody crippled by the end of this stupid thing. Don't need those anymore. Okay, so my average board width is about 500 mil, approximately. And so we want to come down about 200, maybe 250, or maybe I'll split the difference and go 225. Yeah, 225. There we go. And on this side too. 200 and 25 down. Good. This also I'm going to use the center block. Gives a nice straight line to off. Right. And then what we'll do is we'll drill our pilot holes from the outside. So the thickness of the timber is 35 mil. So halfway is, let's call it 15 for the sake of simplicity. So 225 plus 15, 240. So I'm going to come down here on the outside and mark 240 mil. Now 240. I'll put a block in on the top line. Set right. Yep. I've already got pilot holes into the all right. Find that line. Pilot holes. Perfect. Done. Do the same side. There we go. As you can see, it's starting to take shape. So from here, I'm going to start laying down our base. Now, when you're screwing these ones on, just be mindful of the other screws that are in there and don't screw into them, because then you'll feel like a real numpty. And there we have it. So you make 2 of those, and then you've got a surfboard stand. So my next job from here will be to get some carpet. I don't have any with me right now because I didn't plan that far ahead. But I'm going to get some carpet. I'm going to cut it to this width, and then I'm going to bring it from the underside here up and over, down through, wrap it back around on both of them. And there you have it. A really easy DIY surfboard stand for ding repairs, do whatever else. And here's my receipt from Bunnings, and that cost me a total of $43.29. So in US dollars, it's about 30 bucks USD. So, you know, depending on how much you can buy your own stand already made. Otherwise, if you've got the timber laying around, it'll be even cheaper. Or you can go dumpster diving on like your local construction site in one of the skip bins, see if you can find some framing timber and just some offcuts. Because as you can see, they're all really small except for these 900 lengths. And if I stand here, yeah, I feel like that's going to be a pretty good. You could probably come up to 1,000 and still be fine. But yeah, I think that 900 was a good call, and I just based that off the fact that my kitchen bench top is 900 tall. So there you have it. All right, guys, good luck. So I went ahead and finished these off camera because I had to go searching for a few things. I thought, oh, maybe I have some carpet around that I can put over these stands. Turns out I didn't, but while I was searching through my garage, I found these old jigsaw mats with my camping gear, and I thought, well, they might work. So I gave it a shot. So as you can see, I've just cut them to size, wrapped them around and screwed them off. And they're really terrific because the screws sort of countersink into, they depress the foam And so when you sit your surfboard on here, it doesn't touch the screw heads at all, and yeah, it holds it really soundly. So so that was a win. That was really, really easy. Just took a bunch of screws to fix it off, but it was really easy. Now the other thing is, I thought I might tell you about a couple of the issues that I realized after I put these together that I had created that I had to find a solution to. So on the bottom of these, when I was putting it together, this central plate that was going in between the two uprights, and then I put the base legs around it, but I didn't make sure that it was 100% level. So what happened was, when it was on the ground, it would rock just like a little bit on a flat surface. And that was a little bit irritating for me. But as I was doing the jigsaw mats themselves have these little tags on them to join the mats together. And so as I was lopping those off for these, I thought, well, they'll make great little foot pads. So I just took some screws, and I'm not sure if you can see it there, but I just put a couple of these soft pads on the bottom, and it solved the issue of that center plate just sitting a tiny little bit proud and bringing it off, sort of bringing it off level. So the other great thing is now I can put this just about anywhere I want, and it's not going to damage the floor. So I can take it inside on my timber floors, and it'll be fine because it has the soft pads underneath. So that was an accidental discovery to an accidental problem that I had caused. Another issue that I caused was when I was putting the first one together, not the one that I did on video for you. When I was putting the first one together, I didn't put the top piece on first. I left it till last, which meant that when I came to put them on, I couldn't fit the drill in between here to screw them off. So what I ended up doing was just placing one of these smaller blocks underneath and screwing that off from the side and then screwing down into it. Looks different, works the same. But I did it better on the second one that I showed you guys, because I realized my error right at the end of putting this one together. So yeah, for ease of use, it's probably better just to do these top bits first. But I reckon they've turned out pretty well. And sit a surfboard on there just fine. The width of it is fine, and I'm pretty happy. So it was super easy. Didn't take me more than, well, other than solving the issue and looking around for a jigsaw mat. So it took, barely an hour or two to go through the whole process. So anyway, hopefully that helps.